everybody, welcome back to Milwaukee Beer Review. As always, I am Josh.
I'm Ross.
And today we have a little bit of a special episode here on tap for everybody in the community. If you haven't seen our video from a couple of months ago, whenever you're watching this, it may not be a couple of months ago, but if you've seen our video for Nosey Neighbor Brewing Company based out of Kenosha, Wisconsin, they actually... we met up with them, or you met up with them, actually on Black Friday, and snagged a couple of new things for us to try.
Yeah, they were nice enough, so we kind of hung out with them throughout the night, and they were nice enough to give us a few beers to try and everything. We figured what perfect way to try them than doing them on a show.
So we're going to dive right into these beers here, I think. We're not going to spend a lot of time. If you're looking for a little bit more about Nosey Neighbor and what they do, link will be in the description to our previous video we did where we were actually on location with the great folks over at Nosey Neighbor. So we're going to dive right into this stuff here and see what we think about it.
So the first one we got here is the Brother-in-Law Lager. So this is a Pilsner beer. It's meant for, I actually got to talk to Tyler last night. He was mentioning like his brother-in-law, he likes beer, but he doesn't really like that much craft beer, so the Pilsner is something he really likes. He likes Pilsner, so they decided to take a Pilsner for him. And if you look at the labeling is actually inspired from his brother-in-law, so it's really cool. I like the labeling, I like the idea.
I guess that's what his brother-in-law looks like?
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
If you go to his Instagram feed, Nosey Neighbor's Instagram feed, you can see a picture, but I haven't had this one yet. I'm excited to get this one. I'm excited to try it. A nice Pilsner, kind of get the video going. So why don't you pour yours out?
I'll pour mine out here. Little Pilsner, I'm expecting a pretty standard golden ale color.
Yeah.
Yep, that's pretty much what we got going on. Looks like a pretty standard lager. Nice and clean.
Yeah. That's what he kind of said. It's a nice, crisp, clean beer, full body, full flavored, was what he was going after with this one. So
yeah, Brother-in-Law Lager. Get a little nose on it. Smells like a lager.
Yeah,
I mean,
so you're not gonna get a lot. I think we've kind of joked around and talked about this. I feel kind of like lager pilsners are kind of like that very middle end of the spectrum when you look at beer. Like everything kind of splits off from there.
Yep, pretty standard nose on a pilsner. Mm-hmm. I mean, my guess is this is gonna be Miller Lite on steroids. If I know Nosey Neighbor, it's gonna be Miller Lite on steroids, and actually probably good.
Yeah.
So let's give it a little shot.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh,
it's good. It really is full bodied. Like there's a lot of flavor for a pilsner, which pilsners tend to be very light in flavor, light in kind of what they're going to present. This packs a punch.
To your point, full bodied, but I actually almost get almost like a lemon character on the front end of the beer. That actually it's not citrusy by any stretch of the imagination, but it's tasty. It's vibrant, right? It's not just that standard kind of like Pilsner bite you get from like a Miller Lite. It is very much like there's a bit of a fruity note to it that actually adds a lot of character to this, which makes it very, very drinkable in my opinion.
That's really good.
It doesn't taste like that garbage Pilsner, thing you're drinking at a tailgate throwing ping pong balls into, right? I mean, this is good.
To the Brother-in-Law, I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this. I like this. I could definitely see myself having a bunch of these before a brewery game. It's really tasty. It's damn good.
Yeah, no doubt. And even though Nosey Neighbor's not distributing, if you find these guys at any local, brewing competitions or anything like that, check them out.
Absolutely.
Because if you can find this stuff, it's worth taking a shot on. This is worth the calories all day long.
And to your point, we've been able to hook up with them at Milwaukee Brew Fest. We got down to Great Lakes Brew Fest down in Kenosha and got to see them. So they're out and about. They're doing what they can right now with what they're able to. So look for them, try them. They're great people, great beer.
And you've seen our previous videos. We're no bullshit. We're not actually telling you this just because we know these guys now. This is actually legitimately good. It's good stuff.
It's really tasty. Yeah, I really like this. So what do we got next?
So up next, we get to try the Bobbin for Caramel. So I'm really excited about this one. It sounds to me like this is going to be something something close to a caramel apple style beer. I believe they describe it as a caramel apple tart ale. So this one kind of fits into that mold of a little bit of a desserty type, candy style type beer. Maybe a little bit sour. So I'm looking forward to diving into it. So
yeah.
Let's get it in the glass. Pour this thing out.
So this is one I had the pleasure to try at the Great Lakes Beer Fest. I think it was one of the beers. Maybe it made its debut that day. At least it's the first time I've had it. So I don't really know for experience, but I remember enjoying it. So
nice big fat head on there. Definitely a little more less clarity to this beer. Mm-hmm. It's definitely probably going to have a bit of a thicker body to it, which I kind of expect with a caramel note to it. Mm-hmm. But about 2 fingers ahead on that, and that's just a little bit of a pour. Yours is a little bit more subdued. Probably first pour issue.
Not the pour.
It's not the pour. It's definitely, I don't know. Let's get a little nose.
Sorry. Not the gun, but yeah.
On the Bobbin for caramel. It smells like caramel.
It smells like a caramel apple.
It does.
It just does.
Yeah, there's kind of that apple fruit note to it, and then the caramel is just very clearly there.
Yeah.
Wow. I would love to hear how you guys get so much caramel on the nose in this, but that smells like legit caramel.
Mm-hmm. Like if you guys have ever had those...
Is it caramel or caramel?
It's caramel.
Good.
Caramel.
Because that's what I said.
So, it's... My wife may disagree, but it's definitely caramel.
It's definitely caramel. She's shaking her head no over here, by the way.
I'm getting the finger as we speak.
And you are. So, I'm looking forward to this. A little bit of a Halloween treat.
Yeah.
A little bit.
And that's what they said in their one of the descriptions. This came out around Halloween time, so it's like that caramel apple sucker is what they're going after.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Whoa. There's a lot happening there. It's crazy because, like, the front end of this beer it's apple. Mm-hmm. Like, apple's the first note that you get on the palate. But then that caramel flavor is actually what lingers through the back end. Like, what's left on the palate is the caramel with a little bit of apple bitterness. But, like, for the most part, it's apple up front, which kind of punches you in the mouth, and then you get caramel out the back end of it. It's really good.
And that's what's crazy is like by the time you realize like, oh, I'm tasting apple, it's just all caramel at that point.
Yeah.
It hits you right away and then it subdues and gets you in that caramel, but it's a full bodied beer. I'll be like one thing I was surprised with when I saw the description and everything, I thought this was gonna be much more like a sour. It drinks much more like an ale. It's
not sour at all.
No.
Not at all. I mean if you're looking at those, I used to have those all the time, so if they described it as, sounds like you guys described it as those caramel apple suckers with the caramel kind of baked into them. That's exactly what this tastes like. Like, it's pretty dead on. Wow, that's really good.
It's really tasty.
Fantastic.
Glad I was able to try it.
I've never had a beer like this where it's kind of that truly caramel apple. Like, I've had some really good, like, apple pie flavored beers. The Caramella from BCS comes to mind, but this one is unique for sure.
It is. It really is. So.
I don't want to stop drinking it. I don't want to leave any for them.
You're not going to be... Nope.
Not touching that one?
No.
Not touching that one. All right, up next.
Last but not least, we have the Red Velvet Cake Shake. So this is a mile after Red Velvet Cake. So this is actually one they did at a event in Oklahoma called Charitable Hops. It was kind of a support the troops and everything. It was a charity event, but it was also a contest, and this actually took first place. Among a bunch of other home brewers. Yeah. So it did really well there. We haven't had this one yet. I'm excited to try this one. What they kind of put is it's going to be chocolate with like a vanilla frosting kind of taste to it.
So Nosey Neighbor actually announced that they were making this beer on our last video. Again, link in the description. So I've been pumped about trying this ever since I heard about it. We didn't make it up to the Brewfest in Oconomowoc, but now I get a chance to try it. So thank you, Nosey Neighbor, for contributing this. And let's get it in the glass.
Sure.
Ooh. Nice and dark. Yeah, about a finger and a half's worth of head on that. Maybe 2. The pour fails again. It looks really good. That looks solid.
Yeah.
Bit of a tan-colored head.
Almost like a Red Velvet Cake. It's got, like, if you look at mine where it's a little bit thinner, it's like it really does kind of like resemble that a bit.
Yeah, there's a little bit of red coming through. Actually, the tint of it is more red than it is like jet black.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get a little nose on the red velvet cake. Shake. Ooh. Definitely chocolate on the nose.
We're getting more mainly chocolate. I'm not getting much of the vanilla, but I'm definitely getting the chocolate. I mean,
chocolate's there for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's primarily what's on the nose. It smells good though. I mean, that's kind of what I would expect out of a red velvet
exactly,
cake.
yeah.
Maybe a little bit more vanilla I'd be looking for, or kind of a little bit more of like a sugary like sweetness on the nose, but...
And red velvet cake, I mean, honestly, just to be blunt, like it always throws me off because I see the red, like, oh, it's going to be strawberry, cherry. It doesn't have it. It's a chocolate vanilla.
Yeah.
So...
That's fair. Well, let's give it a go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh.
Good chocolate right up front. Not in a bitter way, but nice kind of like fudge taste to it. The vanilla kind of smooths everything out and balances it really well.
Yeah, it's like... It's very, very smooth.
Yeah.
Like... You get a lot those fudge characters on the front end of the beer. The vanilla creeps in about midway through, and then out the back end is actually more vanilla, I think, than chocolate. Mm-hmm. So I think that maybe that icing kind of like, cream type flavor to this out the back end of the beer.
It's very well balanced. And the thing, go ahead.
I was gonna say what blows me away about what you guys do, because you're watching, so I'm speaking to you directly.
I'll point at them.
Hey. The beer changes so much on the palate.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's so much happening in this that it blows me away. Actually, like if you pay attention to what's happening, like it changes. Like it goes from that chocolate to that creaminess
mm-hmm.
and the vanilla out the back end, and it's just good. It's just a really solid beer.
Yeah, the thing I always like about them, and the thing of everything I've had from them is like, what you see is what you get. Like exactly what they're saying they're going for with flavors is what comes out of it and everything, and it's not going to be it's no more, no less. Like it's exactly what they say it's going to be. And I love that about them. I love the way they kind of tweak the recipes to get that flavor and the profile that they're looking for.
Well done. I got to give you guys a ton of credit.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just, it's good stuff. Every time, everything I've had from them, everything I've tried has been solid. Really, really great.
Yeah.
Great stuff. So.
Yeah, good stuff.
So thank you for the donation. Happy to showcase this stuff on the channel. And looking forward to more, quite frankly. So, awesome stuff. Well, thanks for checking out the channel. If you haven't gotten a chance to see Nosey Neighbor at any of their local competitions, definitely check them out if you can find them. Keep tabs on what they have going on. I believe they are, what's the Instagram? I think it's
at Nosey Neighbor. There might be an underscore in there.
I think there's an underscore. We'll put it right over here in the corner. No, there.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Check us out on the rest of our social media channels. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we are on Untappd, we are on Twitter.
Yep.
We're also here on YouTube, so like, comment, subscribe. We've got tons more content where this one came from, so stick around for more episodes as we clear our cellar and make room for way more releases that are coming out here and are super relevant. So thanks, Nosey Neighbor, and we'll see all of you in a future episode.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.